All right, here we are. Wing the Sports Lounge, episode 2. We'll have Coach Chip Davis in the building doing what he do, coaching. Look at him. But right now, we're going to start off with going over some of the college games for tomorrow. Mo,
Yes, sir.
what you got, a 3-pick for tomorrow?
Hey, that's what I got.
All right, talk to me.
Well, I got to go with Rucker. They are a high-scoring team. I just haven't heard anything about Howard. I mean, I'm all in on the historically black colleges and stuff, but when it comes to that high scoring, Rutgers is what it is. They're gonna put up points. That's what I know they're gonna do. So I'm all in on them.
Yeah, and that's an old Greg's the who did he coach for? He was the NFL coach, the Bucks or something like that.
Yep.
Shiny.
Yeah, yeah. So he should have his boys ready this year. I can't remember
Definitely
what the
gonna have
record
them
was
ready.
last year, but against Howard, yeah, they should definitely cover that. The spread is
36.5, and I'm all in.
you ain't gonna buy the 1.5, man.
I'm not. I'm not.
Get the
24-0
35.
in first quarter. Watch.
I'm telling you, I always got to buy them points, man. It's like I hate they give them half points, but I got to buy them points. Mo got
Agreed.
Rucker. You're
Because
right.
they kind of fell off last year, so I think they trying to make a statement this year. So
Well, against that caliber team too, it's not it's an even caliber team, so they should really take over and then take over that game. That's why I want to take North Carolina State over Western Carolina. I like that. That's a 32.5. I'm gonna probably buy that down to 31. North Carolina State, they ended the season. Let me look at this real quick. They lost to K-State in the bowl game, but they ended the season on a 4-game win streak before that. So, and they got a pretty good transfer. I can't even remember what transfer quarterback they got, but they got a pretty decent quarterback. Coach, you recall which quarterback transferred to North Carolina State? I can't think of it off the top of my head.
yeah. Now, of course, North Carolina State, they pretty strong. I mean, they definitely play strong during the year.
I
They
think it
gonna
was the
show up for big
quarterback.
game.
Hey, I think it was the quarterback at Coastal Carolina that put up all them points. So they got a good leader, and that's definitely what you want your team to have. So I'm riding with them. NC State tomorrow at home against Western Carolina. Hey, Western Carolina getting beat by Mercer, VMI. Like we don't even know where them schools are. So
Right.
I'm riding with North Carolina.
You was talking about UCF, Central Florida. So where you going?
Yep, I'm going nowhere. I'm leaving this one. It's like you got to put it in the atmosphere so you can dwell on it a little more. It's like once you place that bet, you be like, you get that gut like, damn, okay, I like it or I didn't like it. It's a catch-22, but
41 points. Oh yeah, I'm definitely leaving that alone.
I'm leaving it alone. I got some teams I got to see play, and some teams I already got a good feel for. North Carolina A&M against Wake Forest. I'm leaving that alone. I feel like an SEC team should really handle up on them this early in the season, but I don't know.
They the powerhouse for HBCUs though. So I don't know. They might play strong. That 35 is kind of strong right there. But Wake Forest should definitely blast them though.
Yeah, the competition. Oh, they're in the ACC, but still, the ACC got a good team. Okay, Mike say he'll join us in 15 minutes, people. The man of the hour. You looking at Jackson State in Monroe? You looking at that game?
No, I'm not at all. Coach Sanders not there no more. Prime time not there no more. So I mean, I'm not watching him no more.
Coach Davis, you was still like when we played in Monroe, right?
Yeah.
Hey man, I had a great game against Monroe. I had like 18 catches. I wish Travis would have threw me that touchdown to the pass before halftime. I was ready for that baby, but we lost it. Oh, I got hurt that game.
Coach Prime.
Hey, we did play Monroe.
Hey, in Monroe.
We also was playing Troy. I think we were playing Troy when I first got to. Are we talking about SFA, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think
SFA.
didn't we play Troy?
We always play.
Before they got-
we
played-
like the first 2 years.
But
We
they
played
moved out of the
Troy.
division, right?
I didn't
Yeah,
hear
I
you.
think we played
They
Troy
moved out
last
of the
year.
division.
Yeah, they moved out.
Yeah.
They moved out.
And when we playing Northwestern?
Oh, that's all. They still in the conference. That's the rival.
Okay.
You play for Chief
Okay.
Caddo for that one. All right. So we're not looking at Buffalo, Lafayette, Fordham, Bowling Green. The only game I will consider, is Missouri over Murray State. Like, I think Coach Luke and them, they licking their chops. They ready to play some football, and Murray State is just not even close to being on that level.
Woo,
Sleeper.
That's almost 50 points though.
Yeah, but okay, let's go check and see what Murray State did last year.
That's a basketball score.
Hey, okay, so they didn't make the playoffs, and they lost 44-7 to Illinois State. They lost 38-6 to North Dakota State. Like, yeah,
I
that's
feel you. I take that. Missouri pretty strong too offensively.
Hey, Zach, that receiver from Missouri is going to have 28 points by himself.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, yeah, he's the first round draft pick. Now, what I'm not going to take is Kansas. I'm not taking that 45 against Linwood.
No way.
I'm not taking that. I'm leaving that alone. I'm leaving the North Carolina, Minnesota game alone. I know North Carolina got a pretty good running back here for the Heisman, but I don't know. I want to see them play because Minnesota, they hit or miss. Sometimes they play great. Sometimes they play, like, man, y'all not rowing the boat today.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that they motto? Row the boat, row the oar.
Yeah, they ruined that boat.
Yeah, I like that coach though. All right, we at North Dakota State and at Colorado. I think Dion good for the first 3 games at least.
What's that spread?
10.
I stay away from anything that says Dakota on it.
Yep. I'm with Coach.
Yeah. Hey, North Dakota State beat somebody 66-3, so they at least know how to draw up some X's and O's.
Now North Dakota Stay pretty strong though. They handle their business.
That's what Trey Lance and Wentz. Okay. Alcorn, I'm leaving that alone. Tulane might kill Southeast Louisiana. Yeah.
What about that Utah, man? That's a robbery.
Okay, so I think I was looking at it earlier. Let me double check. What? I done left the page. Oh, 1 second.
38.5 spread.
Yeah, and
what's going on, my brother? You
good? Mo at the pool hall. He finna get ready.
Nah, you good.
Finna get ready and shoot some pool in a little bit.
Oh. Yeah. I'm on my podcast.
Hola. What's up? All right. So, yeah, I'm leaving that alone. I'm leaving Tulane alone. Northwestern Tulsa. That's Northwestern State too. Okay, so Southern Utah. That's what we was looking at.
You pick it up?
Yeah. 38, man, that's a lot.
It is.
And I want to. I like their quarterback, but I really want to see him play. And I know he's gonna lead. What's up with you, Buck? But yeah, I really want to see them play, man. I got a lot of respect for him, and he missed the whole season last year, so that really hurt them because.
Utah defensively is going to definitely stop them. I see them scoring 21 points first quarter. So
you feel like they're gonna cover that? Yeah,
definitely. Utah. One thing you say about Utah, that defense is solid.
Well, Utah a solid team.
So I'll go with that one. I'm gonna actually add that to my picks.
Yeah, and then Eastern Illinois versus Illinois. I'm not taking that one. But I do like this San Jose State at Sacramento.
That's a robbery.
Hey, and them boys made the playoffs in the little Division 2.
That's a sleeper though. When you talking about Trap at his finest.
Man,
We know, Zach. We know about both those teams.
I didn't play Sacramento. I didn't play neither one of them.
Yeah, they came to us. They came
Sacramento
to us.
State.
Blue and yellow. Yeah.
Yeah. And what
It
the
may have
score
been the
look
year
like?
before you got there. It wasn't pretty.
Probably.
It wasn't pretty.
Probably.
Exactly. Yes.
How long were you at SFA?
5 years.
5 years. And
Yeah, I
I
was
guess
just
had
before you, and then I think you had 1 year after me.
I had 1 year after you. Yeah, I had you for 3 years. So he created Anger Man, Mo. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. You see him start grinning, but we're gonna talk about that a little more when Mike get on too.
Yeah.
You had two angry men on campus then.
Shoot, I have more than that.
Oh man, and they both happen to be from Dallas.
All right. That was all for the Saturday game. So I like North Carolina State, Missouri.
That was Saturday?
No, that was
tomorrow.
Just Thursday.
Oh, that was Thursday. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we just
good.
Yeah,
we getting our feet. Yeah, we getting our feet wet. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not even playing anything on Friday.
You're not playing nothing? Okay.
Nah.
So you say you're not playing nothing on Friday? Okay. Oh, yeah, TCU, Stanford. I know a lot of people, because TCU played good to go down the stretch last season, man. I really feel like they're going to hit the ground running. What's that, Sonny Dykes? He's a good coach. You know, he got history. And, you know, they didn't start the season off good last year, but like I said, they ended the season good. I think they're going to keep that momentum going into this season. I'm going to put them on a parlay.
I don't know. Stanford, though, man.
You
just never know what you get with Stanford, though.
All right, let me see.
If anything, I like that Duke game.
Who Duke?
New quarterback.
Yeah.
Elon.
Where did he? Oh, that's the quarterback that was at UT. What you think? You like him, Coach?
Yeah, he's shifty. I like that sucker.
Yeah.
Okay, and how much they got to win by?
23.5 against Elon. Hey, come on now. I'm gonna take it.
Yeah. And Duke had the good Duke coach was pretty good that just left. So, you know, they've been coached good this whole time. So
yeah, the only way they don't get that many points if the head coach got something in the game.
Yeah.
Hey, and then
low key Kemp, I know you ain't even look at it. You went right past it. I think Army can cover that 32.
Army, I sure did.
I think Army can cover that. I like Army, man. Like them boys is, you know what you gonna get.
Run, exactly. Play action. Run, play action.
And play some good defense.
Yeah, you're right about that. We might need to take the under. What's the under? What's the over on this thing? 48?
Nah, they ain't getting that.
Well, see, they went over 40 only once last year, and that was against Coastal Carolina.
Exactly.
The last 5 games.
28-3.
28. That ain't the damn cover then.
Right. Oh, I mean, it's going to be under 47.5.
No, I'm looking at what the cover is 24, 28-3, that's 25. Yeah, they'll just cover. Wait a minute, no, I'm looking at Duke. I'm Duke. Okay, 32. Damn it. Yeah, they ain't gonna want to play that Army ball. Lafayette, Colgate. Yeah, I did overlook that because Army, I can't say what I like about them. I just know they're gonna play hard. You know, they fundamental, but against good teams.
They consistent though. I mean, nobody's blowing them out. Who blew them out?
Keep pushing.
They be who they're supposed to be, and they play hard against the teams they're supposed to lose to.
Hey man, that's why I got you on here, man. To keep me level-headed.
Yep. Wisconsin is the team that scared me, man. You just don't know what you're gonna get with Wisconsin, man.
But hey, and like with them, they gonna play defense, and I
Yep.
think they got a little bit better offense this year. I be saving them up. Big Ten and college football be checking them out.
But Western Michigan, I don't know about last year, but a couple years before that, offensively they was pretty good. Now I don't know what their team look like now.
Yeah, and I like watching those MAC games too, man, because it'd be some good football, be low scoring, and like they didn't end the season good. They lost what they went 2-3.
Yeah.
They
If
got,
anything, I think that 0.5, I will go with Western Michigan, just because of that 0.5.
You go cover 24. Coach, what games you waiting on?
The only one, Clemson, Georgia.
Okay, yeah.
I got Georgia.
Hey,
most do.
Hey, okay, so tell us what bets you got, Coach, because it's not monetary. So
no, mine never is. Let me see. So far, I've got Clemson loses. I've played 18 holes in the University of Georgia cheerleading uniform, right at their golf course of choice.
Wait a minute.
Oh yeah. I have
18
to wear,
holes in
in a full blown, yeah. But so does he when Georgia loses, right? What else? Then last year I had to go to dinner in a nice restaurant in a Hooters girl uniform. Wait a minute.
So you lost that bet.
I lost. Well, I didn't choose that for a win, Zach. Come on, man.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So what restaurant you went to?
And then I also have one where I have to wear a Georgia polo to work, and they'll take pictures and put it all over everywhere. So it's usually
not too bad.
They usually just like
there.
They like dressing me up in Georgia crap. That's their main thing.
That's where you at. That's home.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna hear that the rest of your life.
Yep. But playing and coaching them undefeated against them. So I remind them of that all the time.
Wait a minute. So who did you play against when you was at Clemson?
Georgia.
No, I'm talking about who was at Georgia.
Oh man, you name them. All the running backs. Rodney Hampton, Lars Tate. The quarterbacks are, you wouldn't know, but they were unbelievable. Goldberg, right? Goldberg broke my nose. He was defensive end. What else?
The Rascals.
Yeah, man. They had all kind of.
I didn't know he played football.
Yeah. I could tell the recruiting story about him. He was DN.
He was like the Rock.
DN, D tackle.
If you was a DN, you played college football, you can go to wrestling. You be
Heck yeah, especially as crazy as he is. He was jumping off second story bars onto tables as a senior in high school on recruiting trips. He was nuts. He still is. Great dude.
Hey,
great dude.
What that make you think? That make me think of the movie, The Program. You know,
that's right.
Like that. That's what that was. Because I remember when we seen that in high school, we was like, ooh, man, that's college. Like, good Lord.
Bill Goldberg, man. Bill Goldberg's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, that is a crazy dude.
All right. Penn State, West Virginia. Man, I know I said I ain't took West Virginia, but I'm leaving it alone.
I think Penn State gonna win that. I mean,
me too.
Yeah, I feel like
especially at the beginning of the year. Beginning of the year, they play strong. I think they'll cover that. They'll beat them by at least 10.
Okay. We got somebody coming to the show. Michael Ricks, everyone. Hall of Fame.
Big dog.
What's the deal? What's happening?
What's
up,
Mike?
I was a freshman when he was a senior, I think.
but Chip, what you smiling at so much, man?
You and Zach being on the same thing with me. I mean, now it's just who falls asleep first.
Nah, listen to you.
On the floor. Floor.
I was driving home today, and you know what I realized? The last time we all been together was your draft day, man.
Yeah, man, at the ball.
Oh yeah.
It was your draft day, man. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And I was like, I was just as anxious as you was, man.
Man, that was it was crazy, man. I'm like, I guess watching the draft now, everything is so quick. It was just a long day, man. But yeah, it worked out though. It was cool.
Yeah, it worked out. Real quick, man. I just want to tell you how proud I am of you, man. Because I kind of went and did a little research, trying to look and stuff in Anahuac and all that stuff for you.
Mm-hmm.
Even Coach Davis, I know he was player of the year in Georgia. Who knew that? The quarterback punter going to Clemson was, player of the year.
Oh, me.
Yeah, you.
Oh, I think there was only one ranked higher than me in the nation. His name is Jeff George. He played a little bit longer than me.
Hey, man. Don't
Mike, man, I seen they had a street named after you, man. I'm like, now look at this right here, man. From now till infinity and beyond, they're gonna be going to school at Michael Ricks Drive,
It's supposed to take up a longer, like a couple of miles of like that whole street because it ran in front of the junior high out there. But it was a lot of those older people didn't feel like changing their address, so they just left it where it was right in front of school.
They didn't put it on a roundabout, did they?
No, it's straight across. It might be the length of a football field. It might be 100, 200 yards.
Hey, anything big, you had to start small, baby. Believe it.
Yeah, man. So.
And what small have more meaning.
That's right. That is right. So
purposeful.
Yeah. So man, I saw that. I was like, man, ain't that something? Because everybody you playing football, you dream of making the NFL. Mm-hmm. But to have a street name out there, you like, that's an afterthought. Like that's history within itself. That's gonna be longer than your NFL career because it's gonna be to a point where people gonna know the name, but they might not know you play football.
Right.
And that's a great point. I mean, you think about it. Super Bowl, you got a Super Bowl ring, you win a Super Bowl. That's great, But when you're talking about a street, that lives on for the rest of your life. People don't know who you are. You want a Super Bowl, they'll forget you. But that street, it lives forever. Every time I pass this street, my name is right there. Like that's dope.
It's all right.
To know you went to SFA, the school I went to, like that's dope.
Chip, you got to have a street name after you too now. Something.
You got a cul-de-sac name.
Cul-de-sac. What's speed limit? What's speed limit on that street, Mike? 86?
35.
Oh.
No, that's in front of the school. That's the school zone. It's probably 15.
Since 10. I got you here, 15, what I want to ask you, Mike, when you got drafted and you getting ready for the NFL, was your reporting regimen like Coach Likens, or like how close was Coach Likens? How close did he have us prepared?
I think because I look back at it now, I think if I would have took my off season, it probably came back and Likens, maybe I would have been like in better shape. But I'm like, look, I've been in the whole state of Texas my whole year. The only time I left was when we went to Montana. When we went to
when you played football.
Yeah. That was it. The only time I left the state, man. I went to San Diego. I'm like, nah, I ain't leaving here. I'm got to work out here and do something. But like I was telling somebody, man, they asked me if I miss it, and I'm like, I don't. But the thing is that you realize it is a business though, and Chip can probably vouch for that, man. It's like, it was like one of those things. I was having fun in college, and then I went to, San Diego. I know T-Shaw. So it was one of those things where you have to take care of your body, you have to study, just it's just one of those things. So take care of your body, and I think that was like the main thing. So, but I think if I would have trained with Coach Likens, I think I, would do a little bit better.
Hey, Mike, I got a real question for you right here.
All right.
And I see it working with these kids right now. Mike, I'm at practice right now. Does it shock you? But hold on.
Gotta yell at somebody.
Hey, can they hear you in Texas? Let me hear you in Texas. All right.
You got them right.
Hey, so Mike, let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
Would you have loved to have yourself as a trainer?
Great question.
Have myself? Yeah, of course.
Huh? To know what you know, right?
No, I know now.
Zach, golly, like Like I trained all summer long before Clemson camp for 1.5 miles because we had to run 1.5 miles to show that we were in shape. Right? I never run 1.5 miles that fast again in my life. Right? Not during the season. It's just we did some stupid stuff back then. Just like stupid stuff, right? I mean, instead of working quickness and strength in the hips and flexibility in the ankles and knees and all that stuff they concentrate on now. Man, are you kidding me? If we'd have known what we know now,
y'all did then, more power.
I say it all the time. Like the NFL, you always say system football, system that it fits certain people, right? But I've said 1,000 times, you put Michael Ricks in today's game, please.
And I get that all the time.
They didn't know what to do with him. They didn't know what to do with him, right? He back up Tony Gonzalez at the Chiefs. He, at the Lions, they put him at tight end. It's like they would push him out. Heck, he was a tight end.
He was a hybrid.
He was a hybrid before there was such a thing, right?
I tell people that, like, when I was a little bit too late coming out, so I learned I learned a lot from Tony, but like when I was playing receiver, like you guys were saying, I was too big. It was like they wanted those like the world's the greatest show on turf, like the Isaac Kings, like those little Waterberg like receivers. And then so I was, with Tony, I went to Detroit, me with that receiver mentality is like, there's no such thing as a pass receiving tight end. And then like as soon as I leave, that's when Antonio Gates blows up, and that's when like Shaq and all those guys start blowing up. So like, Coach was saying, man, if I was like maybe like 5 or 6 years later, career probably would have been a little bit better, but I'm thankful for what I had, so.
Oh yeah. No, I get, I'm with you. I'm thankful, but it's just like some certain things, right? Or like, where was the back shoulder fade? Where was the back shoulder fade back then? Right.
All that.
I was chewing Mike Quinn and Peyton Jones out for throwing it behind the shoulder. Like, lead him, right? Like, nowadays they get paid to do that.
Let me go up and get it.
Davis was a dick, right? Just right there. Just he was a dick, right? So I'm gonna tell you 2 things.
All right.
Ain't no kids watching this. They're on Facebook, they old enough. So a receiver dropped the ball. He's like, your concentration is as long as the tip of my dick.
That's right. That's all right there, man.
Right. All right. So then he come back. We doing one-on-one. Boom, we open. Quarterback misses. He's only wide open. Like
he had a responsibility to us, man. He had to do
it. It plain and simple. Hey, what's understood, they got to be explained, man. Hey, Coach Davis. Hey,
I love my players, though. You know that.
Hey, man. And then he created Anger Man. So
Angry Man.
He would create Angry Man, and they had a play called alley oop. Well, I ain't going for no alley oop, so that was for Mike.
Let me go up there and get it. Yeah, man.
So I'm not gonna call no quarterback name, but I'm just gonna say I asked him what I had on the route, and he had no clue. So that's when I started saying, I ain't running that route, I'm running a hitch.
Are you calling your own plays like that?
When they only on alley-oop.
You wasn't gonna go over there anyway. So.
Hey, it was the play though, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how many yards did you average or catch?
26 is last year, right, Mike?
Yeah, because I went into that Northwestern game, and I think it was like 37 or something like that. And then I think it's 28-9. I think it's 28-9.
He averaged that a catch, Mo. 28-29. That's 3 first downs.
Yeah.
Mo, you know who was second, don't you?
Who?
Little guy named Randy Moss.
Wow. He said a little guy.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So
man, at Marshall. He was lighting it up at Marshall.
Yeah, he tanned it up. He had him like a quarterback.
He was.
Yeah.
So just before even getting draft, you already in history though, so Randy Moss is a Hall of Famer and the second best wide receiver nationally is at a little school named Stephen F. Austin State University. So
there you go. There you go.
That's big.
I'll tell you another quick story. You know how I used to always act like I didn't know the plays. When I got on this route, when I got on that route, I don't remember who we was playing, but I had a damn concussion. I went on a crack block. We came to the sideline. We finna run this play. I'm like, man, I don't remember what I got. I'm like, being honest. You like, but put the hands up, but you got this route. We're gonna do this. And we went in and we ran it. I caught me a pass, went in, ran another play, scored a touchdown. I came back to the sideline. I was done the rest of the game. Rest of the game. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I only knew what to do because you told me.
I might have been frustrated with you, man, but I know people, like, I go back and I look at as hard as that turf was, man. I know so many people that had concussions. They don't even, I mean, like back in the day, like the way they do now. Like, if you even look wobbly now, boy, that night, like, you got to come here, give me a helmet. You can't go in 2 weeks type things.
And that's,
I know you probably got. Go ahead, Mo.
That's a great point because I was just talking about that. Even in high school, I quit my freshman year. I ain't gonna say I quit. I broke my ankle and then I said I was done. I said basketball and track is my thing. But me being a strong safety, I was a hitter. So even back then, I hit somebody and I see blackness. That's a concussion, but we didn't know that at then. I was like, man.
Right. And I remember specifically, it was one. I think we might have been playing Delta State. And it was one of those alley-oop passes, man. And I caught it, and like we were both with the ball, and he pulled down. I remember the first thing that hit was the front of my head on that. And I remember just sitting there, just like, what the hell is going on?
Yes.
Got up and went right back into the game.
We were a lot tougher back then.
Yeah,
you know, because I swear to God, man, I got a mark on my chin. I went up on the grass field, try to catch back. I came down on my chin. Landed on my chin. Bunch of Jim Braxton.
Went to the sideline, came right back out.
It was just a ding. Hey, if you could open your eyes and remember your name, it was just a ding. It wasn't a concussion.
All right. Now I remember it's on actually one of my football cards when I was playing in Kansas City when I was in San Diego. Me and what's his last name? Wesley. He was a strong safety for Kansas City. I was running a route, and I probably got 10 yards up the field. DB came, and he swept my legs out from underneath. All right. Me and him hit like head to head, like Rams would hit. You know what I'm saying? So I remember whole body went limp. I tried to get up and couldn't, and then the referee was tapping me on my back. He's like, man, just stay down. So, but here's the crazy part. So after that, I don't remember anything. I just remember waking up. All right, getting ready to go to practice. And so I go to coach room or whatnot. And then, everybody's like, man, good game, Mike, good game. I'm like, what y'all talking about? He's like, man, you scored a touchdown. I'm like, no, I didn't. So I ended up going back in. I played a quarter and a half. All right, scored a touchdown, caught 3 more balls. Don't remember any of it. Went out, went home, got dressed, went out. I think Jarvis was with me at that time. Jarvis drove, blah, blah, whatever. And then I don't remember.
What's Jarvis' last name?
Huh?
What's Jarvis' last name?
Jarvis Hill, man.
Hill. Hey, ain't from Dallas.
With the Hill Press.
I couldn't remember his last name. I could see him.
Yeah, he couldn't stand Coach Pierce. But like it was like one of those things, man. Like I didn't remember any of that. So like when we go through all these, all this concussion protocol, and they call you in and ask you if you had a concussion and things like that, I'm like, I mean, that's the biggest one I had. Don't remember anything for like half a day. And it's crazy, man. So
Mike, your boy Sean, Big Bird, he said, Big Bird, this Gus, your roommate from apartment 505. He should me a shout out.
What's up, Gus? You tell Gus to take care of himself because you heard what happened to him, huh?
No, what's up, man?
That dude, man, had a massive heart attack, man.
Oh,
massive! Like we had to have surgery. That dude was, I guess, what he doing? He thought he was having an anxiety attack, man. And he went to the hospital, man. They had to do that work on him, man. So
who was that?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I fell out.
My old roommate Sean.
Oh
Gus.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, man. So you
good to hear from you, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, Gus. He must not got. He got nothing better to do if he on here.
Well, I'm glad they came. I'm glad they came. Anyway, but back to that SFA turf, because I remember making a highlight film in your senior year, man. That green turf, it looked like a sidewalk.
There was no cushion.
It was like night and day from Mike's senior year to that next year. It was like if you was looking at it on film, you're like, okay, this green, that looked like concrete with like a little bit grass growing in between. Like, it was completely different, man, for real.
No,
hey, and Zach, how cool was it though on Sundays when we meet for film, and Mike would call us or call me, and we'd be in my the receiver room, meeting room. He'd call, we'd all go crazy, right? Because we saw him on TV and stuff. That was really cool for everybody, all the receivers. That was
man.
We lived our life. We lived our lives vicariously through Mike for a few years.
Yo, man, y'all got me there, man. Y'all got me there.
Hey, great, and Maurice, well, what you think Coach Davis gave us at halftime?
Gave y'all?
He gave us something to eat at halftime. Every game. I used to do it to my junior high kids.
He took care of us, man. He took care of everybody.
Hey, he brought Snickers, man. Hey, we couldn't wait for halftime to eat some Snickers.
Snickers bar, man.
Hey,
Snickers bar.
Hey, you got your little Snickers, you're gonna be all right.
That's satisfying. I give you a little protein, a little sugar high.
Right? I didn't know any better. That's what we did at Clemson and Alabama. We had a Coke and a Snickers bar at halftime every game.
That's a Red Bull.
That's wild,
man. Sugar rush.
Yeah.
Man, but Ricks, man, back to the concussion, man. I don't want to change it back to the subject, but
yeah.
Did your mentality change after knowing, you had a concussion? How you approached the game after that?
Well, I mean, cause like even playing.
I got the Sean.
Even through like playing through the years, like in the pros, it wasn't like it was a big thing because I played with. I remember one of the biggest collisions I saw was with when I was in San Diego playing with Junior Seau. And that dude used to just he used to call us on play. I mean, he practiced the way he played. Him and Fred McQuarrie, who's the fullback, man, they hit head to head, and Fred McQuarrie's helmet split right down, split. You know what I'm saying? So you imagine, playing with like Rodney Harrison, one of like the hardest hitters, ever playing football.
Don't want to
practice. I mean, but that's the way practice was. And then like in my division, like I'm playing the Broncos. I got Steve Atwater.
You playing the Niners too? No.
It was Kansas City, it was Denver, and the Raiders. But like you have, Steve Atwater, that almost knocked out, Christian Okoye. I'm tiptoeing around. I mean, it's like I'm coming across the middle. And I remember it was a national game on CBS, and Craig Wilhan, he looked just like Gus. He looked just like Gus, man, exactly like him, man. And I had an in route. And I think one of the biggest things I used to always do, if I had like a route that went across the middle, I would look at the quarterback and I'll peep to see who was over here. And then I look back at the ball and he threw it like perfect, like to the point to where I had to turn my back. And I mean, if he would have hit me, I probably wouldn't be playing football anymore, man.
Yeah.
But with those concussions, man, you don't realize until after the fact, because the big thing with me is that like it was hard for me to sleep. It was just like I went into like a depressed state, and a lot of that happened. But then like when they were doing the whole, lawsuit with the NFL, they had their doctors, because the doctors don't want to pay. They try to say that depression wasn't caused by concussions, which it is. It's like a big part. But then they were like, okay, so because they didn't keep track of it, they were like, okay, so how many concussions did Michael have in college? How we know that what he did in college didn't cause what's happening to him now?
Yeah, they're gonna find that loophole.
So that's why like everything is like that, and it's messed up because you see like all these players that they might have, like it was Junior, it was another guy, I think he played for Chicago. They both had CTE, kind of like Aaron Hernandez, but these cats were like, do these business deals and things like that, and things didn't go right, and then they ended up, offing themselves, and then ended up, their brain being studied. And then they, sure as hell, they had it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like one of those things that, that's why you see all these players now. They getting them a lot of that money up front. And if they don't feel right for 2 or 3 years, they just quit because it's not worth it.
Yep.
Well, you see how they have them little damn things on their helmets at practice. Like, man, them things look crazy, but
you can wear them in the games now.
Yeah.
You can wear them in the games now. So you might see.
I'm gonna tell you something, my boy DT. He not on here. But this is what he said, man. I was like, man, this dude here's something else. He's like, you want to stop them concussions? He said, give them leather helmets.
Oh, they'll quit hitting like y'all.
Give them leather helmets. Hey, I was like, they're not using that head no more.
And it's gotten a little bit better because they started taking their money out of the pocket. You know what I'm saying? So them say, you know, Mo know them safeties come across and try to blow a head off. You hit them wrong, man, that's 50 grand out your pocket. You learn.
And that's what Tom Brady said, that he could throw the middle because they can't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? You can't knock nobody out like that. So that's an advantage for the offense. Another advantage for the offense.
Yeah.
So you think that take away from the game though?
The game gonna be the game. You gonna figure it out.
Well, let me tell you.
Carl back there. What's up, big man?
Zach.
Hello. Oh, Swole over there, man. What's up?
Swole. Yeah. That's my middle linebacker right there, man.
That's right. That's
middle linebacker right. And quarterback. A little bit of everything.
I heard you got a mean golf swing.
Who got a better handicap out of you and your old man?
Oh, please.
Close. It's close.
It's not even
he ain't giving up either.
Right, man. You
don't give up. Sean want to ask you another question. He gonna be my researcher since he want to interview steal my shine. He say, what happened when you got those stitches?
Oh man, I know. Coach remember this one. So we was at it was a game before Northwestern. And
last game.
I think, I don't know, we might have went to Taters or something like that. I forgot what, Crossroads or something. We went out and was it a Wednesday night or Tuesday night? Maybe been Tuesday night. And we had a game, and I remember I wasn't out drinking because we had a game. And I was on the dance floor and slipped on some water or something, and it was a broken glass on the ground. And I fell and I hit, and then the palm of my hand was just sliced open.
You wore gloves too, didn't you?
But then because I wore gloves, and then the way it was to have my hands folded up, you know, I dropped a couple of balls. I had to take the gloves off or whatnot to catch.
Look here, that was one of my best highlights of my career. That game, and I couldn't get it because when they recorded the damn goalpost was in the damn picture. You couldn't see this shit. Damn. So I'm running a post. I don't remember what the play was. I'm running a post, and he jammed me good, but I get out of it and I catch it, and I dive over the goal line and score the touchdown. And you know me, I get my key shot, just throw me the damn ball. You know, I'm crunk. And
no highlight the follow up, man. That's up.
Hey, so how about? Hey, what's really been cool for me as I get old, right? I'm still so old. I look on Facebook, right? But getting to see Mike and all the things he does, Mike's helped me. He's given me some workouts I've been using, right? I've dropped as of today, right at 68 pounds in the past year, right?
You got on that Ozempic, are you?
It's watching all those dang videos you keep putting on there, fool. I gotta try that. But then watching Mike do what he did and seeing his kids grow up, and then and Blaylock, seeing Blaylock and everybody's kids and Toby and following everybody, that's been really cool. Yeah. And it's kind of funny how many guys that I coached that are in coaching now, right? That's cool for me to see. But then what's really cool is to think Mike, Mike, he's heard the story before, but how he was tight end with Oyedoke, right, and got hurt your knee, right, Mike? And you knee or shoulder, you were in the hospital.
Now, what was that? Tight end. That's when I blew out. I blew both my knees out at SFA. I blew my AC joint out at Southwest.
Yeah, so your junior year, you get hurt, right? You had tight end.
Right.
He's having surgery, and I'm sitting in this staff meeting, man, and they're just going nuts over well, daggone, he's done. Back then you were right. If you tore your knee, you're pretty much done back then. And they're like, he's done. What can he play? Mike can't gain weight. Hey, I'm like, I'll take him. They're like, what? I say, the man can catch, and I know he can get open. Let me have him at receiver. And they're like, why you say that? I said, I've been in the gym with him and play basketball. Y'all just give him to me. I got this.
He played SFA too, Mo.
Okay.
Yeah, he played basketball
Yeah.
But SFA sure did. And that was one of my proudest moments is stealing Mike from tight end.
Hey, that guy Mike drafted. Stop playing. Mike love you for that.
I do. Even though I was sleeping, and then I wasn't. And I remember one of the things is that when I was getting to the point where I was getting drafted, you know, the scouts would come and watch or whatnot. And they'd always tell coach like, "Hey, you got to tell Mike to start running those routes full speed, man. He's taking some plays off." Like, so when I knew I wasn't getting the ball, I was jogging. I'm like, man, you can see that on film, me doing that. And so that was like the first hint right there, man. Like everything they see on film, you know, if the ball's coming to you, if it's not, you got to play full speed.
The sky don't lie.
Not at all. And I remember when I was coming up training, man, I used to always watch Jerry Rice, because Jerry Rice would take him to them hills in California and run the hell out of him. And then no, he was froze up for a little bit. And then when I played with Kansas City, Dick Vermeil, like everything with him was like, we won't do conditioning, but you have to run every play like it's a game play. You know, and they got you more in game shape as opposed to trying to kill you at the end of practice and things like that. So that worked out well. Yeah, man.
So, Coach Davis,
what'd you
say?
Question for you. You know, I know we highlighting the Ricks and Coach Chip, but we can't deny, you know, during my time at SFA, I watched, you know, you play, and you was pretty good wide receiver there. So, how did you feel? How was the switch from running back? You've been, you know, pretty much All-American running back in high school, and making that switch to wide receiver in college. Like, what was you thinking? What was going on through your mind?
Man, when I got to SFA, man, they had like so many running backs. They had Pat House, we had Karan, we had Stoke, we had Dexter, came from Arkansas. And I'm like, man, I'm not finna get no burn. Like, you crazy? So we used to do receiver reps because we had Toby and Ryan White. So they needed more receivers. So I was going out, I was like, man, I was killing the DBs. You know what I'm saying? I had never played position. So because I used to catch the ball out of the backfield in DeSoto. So they was like, I talked to Peanut because he was GA. I was like, Peanut, man, I think I might want to go to receiver. And he's like, really? He's like, because they was meeting about if they wanted to put you over there. I was like, man, do it. And I was over there. I never redshirted. I changed positions and hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Coach Davis back.
Let him in. Oh, you cut him off again.
No. Okay, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We hear you.
Sorry.
So before you get cut off, I want to ask you two questions, all right?
Hey, I could hear you. Zach. You know, you just wanted to come to receiver play for me.
That was the coolest room.
You know, how about this one? Real quick, in case I get cut off again. You know, so we're talking about Blaylock. Blaylock came on a visit. His mom brought him on a visit. Sent us tape, said, you need to see my son. I think he could play at SFA. He comes in, meets with Coach Brister. God bless him. Rest in peace. And Eddie B said, I'm full in the running backs room. I don't need another. I said, I'll take him. He's like, what? I was like, man, listen, I've seen him run. I can't teach speed. I can teach him how to catch. Give him to me. And that's the only reason we took Blaylock. It's because I had a bunch of non-receivers playing receiver.
Yeah, because I play running back too. That's crazy. Tight end, running back. All right. Hey, so I was talking to Mo the other day. I was like, man, I was playing slot, and we had an able call where I could audible if my person I'm supposed to block, you know, was blitzing. Where did you get that from?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
The able call when I could call audible if the person I was finna block was finna blitz, so I couldn't get to him.
Yeah, they just pop it out there to you.
No, I'm saying, where did you get that from?
Alabama.
Bama.
Them Bama boys was a time.
Yeah. Either Bama or 49ers. Y'all watch so much tape of Jerry Rice, it's not even funny.
Oh yeah. You gotta watch the business just what you want to play like. So Mo probably finna get out of here. He got a little pool hall. He a little pool short.
Okay.
Oh man.
Get his 8-ball corner pocket on.
Hey, Hey, Zach, how about that? The last time I bumped into Mike, well, no, it's been a couple of times. I bumped into it when he was still with the Chargers. Me, he, and Ryan Leaf had a good time in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, man.
That was fun. and then we had another. Actually, I went to his apartment in KC, which was cool. He just got to KC. We went up and saw him. He gave me a game jersey. I still have it. I can wear it now again.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Dude, then when you came out here when you had that when you was working with Hooters, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom again. So yeah, I've seen Chip probably more than anybody else since I quit playing.
Like I said, man, hey, this is the first time we've seen each other since 90. What year you got drafted? 97, 8?
98.
98.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I appreciate you guys
So
for coming.
And then you talk about
I really appreciate it.
Coach
circle,
Davis. How about you there? How about full circle? How about Trott's son came to Clemson, played at Clemson, right?
That was so real right there.
I may have
just hearing his name on the TV, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I'm like, man, I'm feeling some kind of way. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what was really cool is sitting in his son's dorm room with Trot and his son and his wife and his brother, telling them stories about Trot and just seeing him blush and how bad he used to treat everybody at practice.
Maurice,
right.
Hey, I know my freshman year we both did we did an auction together. So I was a slim dude when I got to college. So we backstage going on stage. I see this big dude. I was like, goodness, this is a big dude.
Mo, there was one that his sons liked, the story I told, that I knew when I knew that Trot was different, right? He showed up as a freshman, the very first game, pregame meal. He's sitting in this where the students ate, right? They just basically moved all the students out of the way for us to have pregame meal. We go in there and Trot sitting by himself at the table, by himself off in the corner. And so Chiswick and all of us, we're sitting there as coaches eating, and Chiz looks over. He goes, "What's wrong with him?" So I don't know. Maybe somebody pissed him off or something. I don't know. So Chiz goes, "I'm gonna go see." So he goes over. He comes back shaking his head. I'm like, "What?" He said, I went over. I said, "Trot, why don't you sit with anybody?" He goes, "I don't want to sit with anybody ain't serious. I'll let them sit with me as the season goes once I see who's serious enough." He was an 18-year-old freshman. He was an 18-year-old freshman deciding who's going to sit with him at pregame meal.
Yeah, man, his old man had a fight.
And then the other, we used to do the crackback block by the receivers.
I wasn't going to tell that story. I want him on my show.
I sent Peanut in there one time. I said, "Peanut, listen, I've had to hit dudes as big as Trot. And the only way you do it," and my God, this time he'd be kicked out of the league now. But I was like, "You got to go full speed. You can't let him see you coming, and you got to leave your feet. You got to go airborne, go for his head." He knocked Trot out.
I remember that. I remember we saw that video.
Peanut got up, ran. We broke as receivers, and Chiz always held his linebackers a little bit behind. Peanut's like, "Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "I got to get the hell out of here before Trot beats my ass." I don't think Peanut showered the rest of spring practice.
Hey, but what about, because you showed me tape of this, what about when Peanut was trying to come back and pick up a block and did the Antonio Brown kick though in the chest?
Yeah, he sure did.
He kicked him in the chest, man, trying to come block him like that happened at SFA.
Peanut was the first one to do that.
Yeah,
the first one to do that.
Yep.
Kicked him in the chest.
Yeah. Mo doing that deuce.
All right, Mo.
No, it's been a pleasure, man. It's been a pleasure speaking with Coach Chip. Never met you before. Of course, I was a freshman when I got on campus, and you was on your way out, Ricks. But man, it's an honor just to be, on here conversing with y'all. So man, best wishes to you. But I gotta go win this food tournament now. So
go away. Good best of luck to you, boss man. Go do that.
All right. All right, Coach. All right. So I was looking at some Clemson stats, and I seen you was at Clemson with Horace Grant and Eldon Campbell.
Oh yeah, we had some good pickup games.
I got better ones. If you grew up in the 90s, you know them two names right there. Hey, so I mean, Clemson had to be the shit.
We had Horace Grant, Dale Davis, and Eldon Campbell.
Oh, Dale Davis too for the Sonics.
Eldon Campbell, man. God dog.
We had all three of them and couldn't win
Mike,
the
wow.
ACC. We had all three of them in the ACC.
Y'all was winning bowl games. Y'all had draft picks. Like, man, hey, their battle was something else.
You know, we always play lunch basketball as when the coaches, but like when we played, obviously we were like y'all, right? All through summer, you play with the basketball team and all this stuff, which we did. But when I went to Alabama and we played lunch basketball, like Saban, he kept it going even when he got there. On my team was Robert Ory.
Oh.
And Latrell Sprewell.
Oh.
You talking about playing some pickup basketball games?
You got the shortest one there, wasn't you?
Huh? What'd you say?
Oh, you breaking up.
Oh, sorry. What'd you say, Mike?
I said you had to be the shortest one on the team, though.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
No.
But yeah, I was wondering. I was waiting to ask you that, Mike. If you want to train yourself, I see the way these kids train now. It's not even close, man. I mean,
I want to ask you, Mike. What would you tell? You know, from what you know now, what you experienced, been through, learned. What would you tell yourself on draft day, the day you got drafted? What advice would you give yourself then?
I'll tell myself just to make sure that, you know, to take everything in, enjoy the ride. And it's all business. I mean, I think the fact that I had so much fun in college with it that I didn't realize, I think I said this earlier, that it was a business. It was a job, man. You had to handle it like that. You had to take care of everybody. I wish I would have, you know, did all that stretching and mobility work that they're doing now. You know, train a little bit more from my position as opposed to trying to deadlift and clean and lift like everybody else was doing, you know, to have a little bit more, you know, longevity. And then, like, I think just during, you know, the off season, you know, I was, you know, traveling, doing whatever, wasn't really, you know, taking care of myself, just enjoying life and things like that. But I think I would tell myself, you know, just to make sure to realize this is a business. If you want longevity in the game, you have to, you know, take care of your body. And I
get in what you put, you get out what you put in.
Yeah, and it's kind of like what Coach was talking about. Chip was saying, like the way they train it now. If you go back and look at those highlights, I'm sure they got something on YouTube or whatnot. But the way that Patrick Mahomes trains, all that crazy movement, doing those hands, and those throws and things like that, he trains for that. Like
but the game gonna always evolve at the same time too.
It's a guy out here. He has this sports rehab place. It's like where CD Lamb was training, well, Odell Beckham, like all these top guys that get injured or hurt, or they just need like that rehab more than just like that killing you type of lifting, they go to him. And I mean, he has about 15% of the league over here just training them instead of doing like the strength and conditioning that you like normally have at the certain teams.
Hey, life is good for that young man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I think that show, what was that quarterback, right? That they were showing Patrick Mahomes. It opened a lot of people's eyes. You know, they think Patrick's like Mike said. Yeah, he does a lot of non-traditional type throws and whatnot, right? But he's done it 100 times, right? Like, and with a purpose. It isn't backyard. Like he threw that behind the back pass the other night. He's done that in practice 100 times, right? Like that isn't the first time.
Know, and he just wasn't no one-trick pony. He didn't just play football. He played baseball, you know.
Yeah, but he trained.
All that combined created this.
Like Mike was in the league long enough and was around great ones, right? Junior and all the greats that he was around, Tony Gonzalez. Mike, can you honestly say that any of those guys trained like Patrick Mahomes does on Tuesday, day off? No. Right? No. Like Patrick Mahomes trained after practice on Wednesday nights with this dude.
Right. And it's a mentality, man. I mean, it's like you do your recovery work, you do the work that you need to do, and then, but it's like it's to the point now. It's like Patrick, because of what he did, he can tell the Chiefs, the training staff, like, I'm not going to do that workout today. I'm gonna go train with my guys. Like, okay, you know, we couldn't do that. Yep. Like, if you didn't show up for your workout, you're getting fined. I don't care. You have to be there in the morning, night, fine. If you didn't show up and sign in for breakfast, you getting fined.
Yeah, fine.
They try to find every way to get that money back out.
Like, they ask you what page you supposed to do this, what kind of release, like, damn, like,
yeah,
they're robots.
You know, and what's funny is like I watched my son. He just turned 13 and he's going 7th grade, and he's heard me. I've coached every team he's been on except lacrosse. I know nothing about lacrosse. And he's glad of it, right? But like he's heard my speech. You know, he hears my speech. He could probably give the team speech himself, right? But like you know, they train, like Mike says, mentality, right? Is that's one bad thing my son has, and he knows that, is that he has everything he needs, right? Like he's not like me. He doesn't have to wait to Christmas to get his favorite Steph Curry's, right? It's like, no, basketball season coming, you get new Stephs, right? Like all the things. Right. And I make him sit there, whether he wants to or not, and watch the Hall of Fame speeches. Everybody gets in there. Think about this though. They all had a purpose. They all had something much bigger than the game that drove them. Right. You know what I mean? Like something drove them. And it's usually because they didn't have something and they wanted it. Right. And the worst thing is my son, you know, he's never not gotten anything he hadn't wanted, but yet I make him well aware of what it costs and what it takes to get it. Right. And all those different things. And, you know, hold on, I'm going to let him tell you real quick. So what I tell the team all the time, what I tell each individual player all the time about, I can coach you.
I can teach you how to run. I can teach you how to throw. I can teach you how to catch, but I cannot teach you effort. He tells us that all the time.
Like the effort, man. The effort's got to be within, right? You got to have that effort within yourself. You got to be on fire.
But just think about, you know, Sean Taylor and the stories they had about him, how he leave his car at the practice facility and jog home. It's like, man, who the hell does that? But he was on a whole nother echelon. Like if he'd have played his career out, like, oh my God.
Man. Right. People got a purpose, like Chip was saying. People playing with a purpose. Yeah.
You know, one last question for you, man. I saw that you also do camps. How often do you go back to do those camps? Because, you know, besides, you know, having a street name after you, man, you inspire a lot of kids who look forward to that, you know, and can grow from those experiences. You know, so how often do you do that, and how many times have you been?
So last year was the second annual. This past summer was the second time I did it. So originally it started because the church that I grew up in, you know, like especially like after COVID, you know, people stayed home. They didn't, you know, they do church from home and things like that. So wasn't anybody really going to church, and so we needed like a new AC unit, like the whole thing, and so decided just to do a camp where we actually just got donations for everything, and so we did it for 2 days. And, you know, all the kids were appreciative that I came back because, you know, like you said, my jersey's retired. I have the street named after me. And it's like, you hear these stories, but I don't ever go back, you know, things like that. So my sister actually put it together 2 years ago, and it was a success. It was a lot of people that were like out of town at the time that wish you would have did it again. So she planned it. We ended up this time, we were able to get like a grant through the NFL for like camps and things like that. So they gave us bags, footballs, you know, flags, towels.
It was a real deal, holy deal.
Yeah, so it was great. So we did it for 1 day, but the thing that was so funny is that like we had the shirts made. I'm out there coaching, and then we were probably out there about 3 hours. After 30 minutes, you know, kids were ready to go home. This whole thing, like, man, y'all don't know nothing about nothing. Like y'all some weak kids. And so my sister had a bunch of football cards and stuff, and so I'm signing the cards, and the kids are like who, like why are you signing that card? I'm like, because that's me. I'm like, how y'all at my camp and don't even know who I am?
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that shit. So it like clicked in, but like I think just because like I mean the town probably only has like 1,300 people, you know what I'm saying? And so like a lot of those kids are on video games, they don't really watch football, you know, things like that. But it's gonna be one of the things I'm gonna keep doing it. So I have a couple of guys I played with in Kansas City. They said they want to come down and help out next time because it when people ask me, do I miss football? I say no, but the giving aspect of doing the camps with the kids and like the Habitat for Humanity and thing, I miss that. You know, being able to be in a position to give back. You know, so so I'll be doing it again.
Mike, you gotta stay relevant, man. You gotta stay relevant. Those young kids. Some of these kids, I'll be coaching them. I still work the Clemson camps every summer and whatnot, and I'll be like, hey, who's the greatest receiver you ever been around or coached? You know, I'm like, well, Jerry Rice, right? And they're like, oh, you mean the guy from Dancing with the Stars?
No.
I'm like, hold on,
crazy.
man. What are you
Right.
talking about?
Yeah,
That's crazy,
and
right?
and that's how people like know. I tell because I always get that people always say I look like Michael Strahan. I get that all the time. I get that, and then a lot of people don't know Michael Strahan, but from like
Good Morning America.
What's it? Good Morning America, like Regions of Catholic, like that type of stuff. I'm like, nah, that
Right.
dude's like a Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame
You
people.
know, like DN, like one of the best, like from Texas, but everybody
Man.
recognizes him being on TV and things like that.
Yeah,
Man.
you got to stay relevant.
Good, didn't he?
No, yeah, but I'm gonna just stay as relevant as I need to be to the important people that need me. So everybody else is like whatever. So
hey, Zach, I forgot. You know, another great moment I got to do. And people still ask me every year. You know, like, hey, what's one of the greatest? How would you say? Just one of those moments, right? A bucket list, the thing that you've done. Yeah. And Mike had me up to Detroit when he was up there, and my old buddy that coached at the Niners and at Bama was his coach, and they brought me up to Detroit. I stayed in the team hotel the night before, had pre-game meals with him on Thanksgiving Day against the Patriots, right? Yeah. And then me, Mike, and his mom went back to his apartment. It was the first time I ever had deep fried turkey. We deep fried it on the back porch. You remember that, Mike?
Good and juicy, wasn't
it? Yeah. I do remember that, man. Yeah, that was a good time, man, because you always see those games, you know, and I guess it was a highlight. I got a chance to play against Green Bay and the Patriots on Thanksgiving Day, man. But people always ask me, like, out of the three teams I played for, what did I like most? And I think that San Diego, because of the city. Yeah. Kansas City's fans, because it was so loud, and I hated it when I played with San Diego. And then just the blue collar work ethic of like Detroit, because it's like it's like where they build all the cars, like people go 95, then they work 9 to 5, the roads are tore up and things like that. And then like the way that they get a chance to like live life, they put everything into like their sports teams and football. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of them things that I'm happy to see how well Detroit is playing now, because they hadn't had that like since like Barry Sanders, you know what I'm saying? And so it's paying off. But yeah, but that Detroit, I would say, is probably like the grittiest city I've been in. I stayed away from Eminem and 8 Mile, but I remember I went out before he became big, man. It was they had a big club called the Theater, and it was just like right when he was coming out, he'd be in the clubs and all that stuff, and like in the underground. And I'm like, man, I remember when he was coming out. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool, man. It was cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
man. Okie dokie, say what's up.
Okie doke. What's up? What's up, Pastor? Pastor Dope. Reverend Dope.
But look here though, Mike. As big as the NFL is, and as small as SFA is, you got to play with 2 former teammates from SFA, man. That's crazy.
That is. So I mean, especially with T. Shaw, that was crazy. One of the things when I got when was that? When I got released from Detroit, my old offensive coordinator, Marty Morwig, he was the OC for Philly. So when they went to the Super Bowl to play against the Patriots, I think the tight end got hurt in practice. And so he called me up actually to see about, coming in during Super Bowl week and pick me up to play on the team with Philly that year. Man, I was on the damn cruise, man.
No.
I was on the cruise.
Time to get off.
Couldn't get off. I was like on the boat. I couldn't get off. I'm like, man.
You got off, or you tried to get off?
I was in the middle of the ocean, man. I'm telling you, man, I need I need a helicopter, dog. I got to get to No, so that would have been that close to coming to play.
You and Trot in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that would have been cool, man. Maybe I would have made that game-winning catch, man, and that would have made me invincible.
So I'm not sure if it still stands, but all SFA players that went in the draft, second round or higher, were at my house for draft parties.
Really?
I had T. Shaw.
Okay.
Because I had corners that year, and then you and Trot.
That's right. That's right, man. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Crazy is that?
The house that Chip built.
The garage.
The garage. I tell you. Man, and I still have that video too on VHS.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man, it's cool.
VHS, what you playing on?
Well, I mean, I
you don't have no connections no more.
I got to burn to a CD. Now I'm trying to get it over to like a MP3 now.
Yeah, like man,
they got to move it.
They got to move it, man. I'm gonna move it or lose it.
One of my favorite pictures. I don't know who took it, but Mike had just finished. We just brought him out of the Northwestern game. We're on the sideline, and we realized that it was over. Right? He was done at SFA, and he was upset. I went over. I'm giving him a hug. I'm upset. He's sitting on the bench. I'm kind of leaning over him. And I remember telling him in the ear, work has just begun. Work has just begun. And they snapped that picture, and that picture's in my office still to this day, Mike.
Really?
Yeah.
You got to take that picture and send it to me.
I will.
So, Mike, do you know if you still hold the record for the most yards per catch?
I believe so, but that's like, I think it's I forget how they put it in, because I think it's for like the FCS, not actually
smaller
like division 1 or whatnot. But like if you put both of them together, then it's like still the like out of all divisions. Yeah.
That was your boy Sean asking again.
Yeah.
He's
gonna
be my research.
He'll find it. They have to get back to you.
He'll find it.
He'll find it. That dude, man.
Coach, did you coach in college anywhere after you left SFA? Because I had got in touch with you until recently.
That was it. That was it. Okay. That was it. Came back here, worked with high schools, man. I've worked with. Came back, ran into a guy who played free safety at Penn State, and he was like, "I need help with quarterbacks and receivers. Do you mind coming?" I said, "Sure." I went over to practice, went into his office, and he's got a picture on his wall in his office, and it was his last game in the Citrus Bowl, and he was being blocked by somebody. I looked at it was me. I was blocking. I was in Clemson. Small world, right? So we became real good friends, and so I ended up working with him for about 4 or 5 years, and they had kids, man. It was in a worst part economically part of town of Atlanta, and I went, and there was so many great athletes, and they were just not getting any looks at all. And we were like, hey, I gotta get these guys in the weight room. We got something. My guys are fast and all, but they're not strong. So we get to tell them, all right, 5:30, we're gonna meet 5:30, start working out like all these other schools. And we show up the next day, 5:30. He and I are sitting in there drinking coffee. We had like 3 guys show up. We're like, oh man. So at practice, he's pissed. He's gonna make them run. I'm like, no. Let's find out why first. Let's find out why. And I had receivers and quarterbacks, and I brought them aside. I'm like, hey, look, why weren't you here? One guy's like, hey man, my mom raises me and 2 other siblings. She works all night. I got to wake up and get both kids to school, dressed, fed, on the bus, all that. And another one's like, Coach, city bus doesn't come start running until 6. Can't make that. Another one's like, Coach, I worked at the back of a restaurant till like 2 a.m. this morning. And I went over to the head coach. I said, hey, they got more issues to deal with than any kid 16 years old should have to be dealing with.
That's coaching right
in the morning workouts, right? Like, forget that. I think one of the biggest breaks they get in their entire day is to come to football practice. Let's make it fun. Let's make it enjoyable. And we ended up, it was late. I had a quarterback his senior year, and I'm like, damn, this guy can spin it. Like, he's unbelievable, but he's 5'10", right? Like, what the heck? And ended up talking to a buddy of mine who was head coach at North Carolina, and Chiz was there as D coordinator. I'm like, hey, I'm telling y'all, I know it's late. It's his senior year, but you got to do something for him. And they got film on him. Ended up talking to a guy at North Carolina A&T, got him to come up there and be their quarterback. He took him to 3 national championships. And then we had a bunch of kids out of there. They ended up going to we had one play at Cincinnati, had a few. So that's been my goal ever since, is like, if there's high school kids I see that, they're not 4-star, 5-star, even 3-star, but I see something in them and I can help, make a call or whatever and get them a scholarship or at least get them on a roster. That's my goal. That's my new goal in life.
One college, you ain't got to have a shoebox full of letters. All it takes is one that wants you.
That's right. Right.
Right.
So true.
Right.
So man, I don't really have much more to ask y'all, man. I'm so appreciative of going back down memory lane with y'all, man. It's been a day for today. So
Zach, man, you're doing a good job with that, man.
Yeah, keep going, Zach.
And let me know when you want me to be on next time, boss.
Yeah,
I will,
hey,
man.
you can have me back after Clemson beats Georgia.
Oh.
No, but you got to take pictures of whoever lost the bet so we can try and put that on.
Oh, I will. I will.
All right, man. Much love.
It won't be me.
But I'm gonna try and have y'all on. I like the camaraderie, both of y'all. So probably toward the end of football season, November, something like that, December.
Sounds
all right.
good.
Work for y'all?
All right.
Yeah, it worked, man.
Yep.
Chip, man, good talking to you. Good seeing you, boss, man.
Hey, love you both.
I love
All
you
right,
too.
everybody that's watching, man, we appreciate you. Love, peace, and
See you,
hackery,
man.
baby. The next
All right,
time.
boss. Peace.
And we out.